The Grand Junction Rockestra is giving peace a chance in the cultural clash between rock and classical music. The symphonic phenom could even make Beethoven roll over in an ode to joy, or send Alice Cooper back to school. Well, this unique arrangement of the two traditions brings together teachers, students, performers, and lovers of uncommon harmony. Dan Garrison reports from the Western Slope.
The list of musical milestones from Iowa may be short, but it's notable for the very American chamber music Dvorak composed there. For the night, Buddy Holly's music died in a plane crash. And also for a dinner with a friend in Sioux City that inspired band director Calvin Hofer to create Colorado's own Rockestra.
We got to talking and he started to describe the Sioux City Rockestra, and I was very intrigued. And I said, "Do you have a DVD of this?" He sent it to me, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, this would go over big in Grand Junction.
Then, on a road trip straight out of a Hollywood biker film, the Rockestra really roared to life for Calvin's former music student, Scott Davis.
We take a summer motorcycle trip every year, and he would play band music as he was preparing for the next year, and I was always playing something rock and roll. And he goes, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we could put this together and come up with something that kind of introduced people to both forces, you know, modern music and kind of classic instrumentation.
Once I decided to start this group, I had to find a rock band. So I asked close friends and colleagues who I thought would be dedicated and loyal, and then we had to find singers. So we did an audition, karaoke style, at a local establishment, and 30 singers signed up. And we chose 6, and then I had to find the orchestra. So that's when I was playing in the Grand Junction Symphony. And so I asked members of the symphony who would be interested in playing in a rock and roll orchestra. And a bunch of hands went up.
Calvin's perfect pitch convinced classical violinist and teacher Sandra Sundstrom to cross over to the rock side.
I've always wanted to do something like that. So kind of being involved in Rockestra gave me that sense of being a stage musician other than, you know, concert symphony orchestras.
With its grand operatic scale, there are hundreds of good reasons why it's a one-of-a-kind operation that takes some serious chops to pull off.
The Sioux City Rockestra is no longer performing, so this ensemble is unique.
You kind of have to be full in. You can't just say, hey, let's get 45 people together and jam. You can't really do that with an orchestra in the rock band. So we had to get some arrangements. We had to start putting things together and say, let's go for this. Let's do this.
Fast forward through 6 concert seasons and an encyclopedic catalog of 400 songs that's covered everything from AC/DC to ZZ Top, and sometimes even goes for Baroque by looking back to Bach.
Our set list probably goes as far back as Elvis Presley. From the 50s, we have a lot of songs in the 60s. A bulk of our repertoire is in the 70s and 80s, classic rock and roll. But we have current songs that we do, CeeLo Green, Jimmy Eat World.
The beauty of it is it does develop me as a different type of a player, something that I probably wouldn't have experimented with on my own. One minute I have to be playing heavy dark metal type thing, then an Elvis tune, then a Rolling Stones tune, then a pop tune, then a dance tune.
We always kid, oh, let's play, you know, Stairway to Heaven. Oh, that's a chord progression that Bach did. Or, you know, well, let's play Led Zeppelin. Oh, that's the chord progression from Bach. We always take it back, you know, and realize that it came from somewhere.
And every show is a who's who of former and future musical icons that has the performers channeling their inner Lynyrd Skynyrd, or going totally gaga for and with their adoring fans.
2 or 3 years ago, Calvin started encouraging us to dress as our favorite rock star, and I chose Lady Gaga because she is a professionally, classically trained musician, but also the avenues that she has taken along her recording and artist career.
Lynyrd Skynyrd was a big influence, like in Freebird, even though it's been so overplayed over the years. I can still not listen to that song for 5 years thinking, oh my goodness, I never want to hear it again. And then I'll hear it and go, that crescendo and that build-up just still does something.
Maybe it's something the Rockestra's got that's universally true to all schools of music throughout the ages. A whole lot of love.
We don't leave a concert until we play I Love Rock and Roll. We're building energy and love in that space during a 2-hour time frame, and we want people leaving feeling really good about life. We want to touch them.
You can follow the musical history tour of the Grand Junction Rockestra on Facebook at GJ Rockestra.